Okay, now it's 3 o'clock in India. So go ahead. We'll start our webinar today. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Sure. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. So, hello everyone. I'm Kazunori Sasaki, a senior manager of University of Tokyo India office. We hold webinar on studying in Japan twice a month from May to February every year. Before starting this year's session, we are holding a special webinar on MEXT scholarships today. Today, we have invited Mr. Yasuhiro Yonehara, First Secretary of Embassy of Japan in India, as our special guest of this session. He is an authority and expert on MEXT scholarships. And also, we have invited Ms. Vaishnavi Thakur, who has actually studied in Japan with MEXT scholarships, to join our webinar. Ms. Vaishnavi is now enrolled in a doctoral course at the University of Tokyo. Maybe she will be your senior one day. Please give them both round applause. Yes. Well, the University of Tokyo India office is located in the Safdarjung enclave of southern Delhi. Usually, my assistant manager, Saksi, and I work at the office. Currently, both of us are in Tokyo, so the office is closed. However, we will reopen our office from May. If you happen to be or come nearby, please feel free to drop by. Okay. Today's program is as follows. First, I will talk about why I recommend you to study in Japan. That is general information. Okay, and next, Ms. Vaishnavi will introduce her experience of study in Japan as a MEXT scholarship student. Then, Mr. Yonehara, an authority and expert on the MEXT scholarship, will explain about this scholarship directly to you. Finally, I will also briefly introduce how to find scholarships other than the MEXT scholarship, and also I will give a small talk on the required level of Japanese language regarding studying in Japan. After joining today's webinar, you will probably feel more familiar and feel more real about studying in Japan. A recording of this session will be available for those who wish to review the content later. I would also be happy if you introduce the recording to your friends who are unable to attend this webinar real time, as well as to your parents, etc., so they can watch this as well. Please note that we will not be able to take time for questions. So if you have any questions, please send us a message through the chat box. We will try to let you know the response to any question we receive in some way. Okay. So let's go ahead, move forward on our session. Well, first I will introduce you the merit of studying Japan. Well, the three merits or benefits of studying in Japan instead of other countries are like these. Number one, better research circumstances. Number two, gain special human network. Number three, high value for cost. By offering these three qualities, I dare to say studying in Japan should provide you with high rewarding, life-changing experience. How can I be so certain? look at this. Okay. Oh, someone raise hands. Just wait. Okay. Konnichiwa. It's no problem. Okay. So go ahead. Look at this chart. This is the University of Tokyo data from the QA's World University Rankings. The University of Tokyo is said to be ranked 23rd in the QS ranking, and you may have the impression that it is far behind American and British universities in the world ranking. Perhaps some of you may think that universities in Singapore or China, which rank higher in the Asian rankings, are more advantageous as destination for study abroad. However, if you're seriously considering studying abroad, I'd like you to look at the details and compare them rather than just looking at the overall point ranking. See here. Okay. Now you are looking at University of Tokyo data, no? And next, this is the data of MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in US. And next, this is Cambridge in UK. So please see the academic reputation and employer reputation. These all three universities, I mean, University of Tokyo and this is not University of Tokyo and MIT and Cambridge also have the very high point in this academic reputation and employer reputations. University of Tokyo have 100 point in academic reputation and 99.7 point in employer reputation. And MIT also have 100 point and 100 point also in employer reputation. And Cambridge also has 100 point and 100 point. They are, they have full marks in this academic reputation and employer reputation. So it means you will see that the University of Tokyo is not inferior to MIT, the top school in the US, and Cambridge, the top school in England, in terms of points related to research achievements. In fact, the University of Tokyo is even ahead of Asian top universities, the National University of Singapore, that is 11th place. No? This is usual. University of Singapore. The overall points are access to University of Tokyo. University of Tokyo have 85.3 and University of Singapore have 92.7 point overall points. No? So University of Tokyo is inferior to Singapore National University, but look at these academic reputations. University of Singapore has 99.5 points and in employer reputation and 94.1. But University of Tokyo has 100 points in academic reputation and 99.7 in employer reputation. So University of Tokyo is not inferior to Singapore, University of Singapore. So I mean, in fact, the University of Tokyo is even ahead of Asia's top university, the National University of Singapore. In fact, the difference between the University of Tokyo and other top universities in large universities is largely due to the degree of internationality of its faculty and students. Let's see. I mean, University of Tokyo, in this area, international faculty ratio, international student ratio, University of Tokyo has very poor points. In contrast to MIT, which has 100 points and 19 points, and Cambridge, they have also 100 points and 96 points. And Singapore, they also have 100 points and 73.5. So this makes the very big difference with University of Tokyo and those three top ranking universities. Okay. The same trend can be seen with Indian universities. Look, this IIT Bombay. I will show the data. Yeah, this is IIT Bombay, Indian top university. Look at this section. I mean, international faculty ratio and international student ratio. IIT Bombay has the poorest point in this regard. Okay, international faculty ratio, international student ratio. In contrast to Singapore or Cambridge or MIT, this is big difference. And this difference caused the IIT Bombay very underestimated. Okay. In fact, IIT Bombay is the ranking in 172, and that is but you can see that is being dragged down by its internationalization index rather than its research level. In conclusion, it is no exaggeration to say that Japanese universities, like Indian universities, are still among the best in terms of research level, but they are much underestimated in terms of university ranking. Therefore, those who are now interested in Japanese university as a place to study abroad have found a treasure that many have overlooked. Then go ahead. Now here is a list of destination of Indian students by country in descending order of the number of students studying abroad. The United Arab Emirates tops the list with approximately 220,000 students. And it is followed by Canada, the United States, and Australia. Japan is at the bottom of the list, with less than 2,000 students before Corona. So, compared to the United Arab Emirates, which is at the top of the list, the number of Japanese students, goes to Japan is 100 in the number of the study in Japan. So you can see how rare it is, how small number it is. But it doesn't mean studying in Japan is not worthwhile. According to this chart, India is the largest capital investor in Japan, and Japan is the largest capital investor in India. This economic tie is expected to grow stronger in the future. That is not to say that studying in Japan is not worthwhile. And this is the graph. The following graph shows the trend in the areas of interest to Indians. It shows that the field in which Indian people are interested are shifting to the field in which Japan excels. I mean, you know, in 2019, traditional industries like engineering, technology, and business saw a massive student influx from India to the UK. But in 2022, the trend has changed, with offbeat courses like game development, ecotechnology, and marine engineering gaining precedence. These courses are not as popular in India yet, so students prefer moving to UK. And these fields are we can say Indian people are interested in the field in which Japan excels. I mean, this game development, ecotechnology, and marine engineering field, they are all Japan excels. Okay, now go to different topics. This shows the cost of higher education compared to Japanese university and the US university. Okay, in Japan, if you go to national university, the fee to study in Japan, study in national universities, is approximately 6 lakh in Indian rupee. In contrast, in US, you need 18 lakh to get higher education in US. So it's 1/3. The difference is 1/3. No? In the private university in Japan, you need 7 lakh to 11 lakh you need in Japan. And in US, you need 25 lakh for higher education fee. So this is actually a big difference. You can study much less cost in Japan. And next, this is the, you look here. This just said how much expenditure you need to live in Japan. This is, it says 26,000 in Indian rupee. To live in Japan. Okay, and I think this is not so big amount compared to the high price rate in living in Delhi. So it is not so big amount compared to living in Delhi. So it's very, not so difficult to live in Japan. But still, the funding is the most big problem that matters you studying in Japan, studying abroad. So for the most, so then the scholarship is the very important solution. And now in this webinar, I will introduce you the scholarship, many various kind of scholarship. So so that's all for me. That's all from me, and I would like to pass the mic to the second presenter, that is Vaishnavi-san. Vaishnavi-san, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, Sasaki-san. Thank you.
Thank you. So please go ahead. Your presentation.
I'll share my screen now.
Yeah. Okay, please.
Can you please stop sharing the screen?
Sorry. Okay.
Hello, everyone. A very good evening, and thank you for joining us in today's session. I'm so delighted to be here to share my experience of receiving MEXT scholarship and studying in Japan. A few years ago, I was on the other end, that is, I'm sitting and listening to this webinar, and today I'm sharing my experience. I hope it would give you some insights into receiving the scholarship and also studying in Japan. Let me share my screen now. So let me start with a brief introduction about myself. I'm Vaishnavi Thakur, currently a doctoral student in the Graduate School of Engineering at the University of Tokyo. In India, I'm from Hyderabad, and I completed my bachelor's from in electrical engineering from India, and then I came here for master's at the University of Tokyo. So before coming for master's, I also had a few years of work experience as a senior electrical engineer in L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad. So after that, I received MEXT scholarship, and I decided to go for master's degree. And currently I'm in Okada Laboratory, which works on solar panels. So we are trying to enhance the efficiency of solar panels using luminescence coupling effect. So if any of you is interested in working on solar panels or on renewable energy sources, so you can definitely check the lab. And yes, you can look for various opportunities in this field. And today I'll be sharing my experience of being a MEXT scholarship recipient. And first, I'll start with a general overview of what are the scholarship benefits I have received and what are the different fields of study through which the scholarship is applicable, and the process of application and the timeline it took for me from the starting point of the scholarship to finally arriving in Japan. And later on, I'll end with how the scholarship has helped me in my professional and personal growth. So coming to the scholarship benefits, you all know that MEXT scholarship is a scholarship which is provided to the international students to encourage them to come to Japan and study. So it covers almost every expense which is involved in coming to Japan. So for example, the allowance, the monthly allowance helps us in surviving in Japan. So the allowance amount varies from each category. Like for example, research students receive, it starts from 1,43,000 yen, and finally doctoral students receive 1,45,000 yen, which is approximately more than 1 lakh rupees in Indian currency. And besides, this is the monthly amount which we receive for surviving in Japan. So besides this, we also have exemption in the tuition fees and entrance examination fees and also matriculation fees. Besides monthly allowances and tuition fees, the scholarship also covers the flight ticket from India to Japan. And in case after graduation, you have decided to go back to India, so even then the return flight ticket from Japan to India is also covered by the scholarship. This is in the financial terms. And besides this, another important advantage which a MEXT scholarship recipient has is the networking. Because the MEXT scholarship, we have to note that it is not a need-based scholarship. So it is considered as a merit-based scholarship where the bright students are selected and are sent to Japan here. So they are supposed to act as a bridge between India and Japan in the field of academia. So that is why it is considered as a merit-based scholarship and not a need-based scholarship. The other benefits include the following things. So for example, the scholarship covers almost all the fields which a student is interested in. And there are also some Japanese courses which a student might be interested in. So the scholarship also covers those Japanese courses. And for this purpose, knowing Japanese language is a must. And the scholarship period for research students is from 18 to 24 months. And for master's student, it is 24 months. And for a doctoral student, it is 36 months. So one of the important aspects of MEXT scholarship, I would say, is the possibility of extension. For example, I'll be covering about the MEXT scholarship, the process of MEXT scholarship in a graduate school. So once a student is accepted for the MEXT scholarship, he becomes a research student. So from research student, based on the university requirement, then he can either proceed to a master's student or a doctoral student. So in my case, when I got the MEXT scholarship, I came here as a research student, and then I cleared the entrance exam of the university, and then I became a master's student. And after clearing the entrance exam for a PhD program, I became a doctoral student. So my scholarship was covered since the time I was a research student. So research student, and then for master's student of 2 years, and then for the doctoral program of 3 years. So this scholarship extension is possible using, and this is, I would say, this is one of the biggest advantages of receiving MEXT scholarship. So, and there are various fields of study which the scholarship covers. So, and year on year, the fields which the scholarship is covering is increasing. So, you can check the website in order to know more details about if the field you are interested in is applicable for the scholarship or not. Because if you see, most of the STEM fields, STEM fields are included in this. Even I saw some questions in the Q&A portal asking about humanities. Yes, even the fields related to the humanities, arts, and also Japanese culture, literature, all of these are covered in the various fields. So, and then looking at the process of application. So when we divide the process of application, there are like 4 main steps. So the first step is the preliminary application form. So in this first, there is an application form and there's a field of study and research plan. This is one of the main steps which define whether you'll go for the next process, like next steps or not. So if you are planning to apply for the MEXT scholarship, I would suggest you to give utmost importance to this preliminary application form. So this application form consists of the basic information. The field of study and research plan includes it includes the information about your current field of research or your work experience, and also what's the future work you are planning to do. So in case you clear the preliminary application form, then we go to the second step, that is the screening of documents and the interview. So if all of your documents are clear, there'll be a written test in English and Japanese, and then followed by an interview. So the Japanese language test, you need not worry at all, because this is only to check the level of Japanese we know. For example, when I gave the exam written test, the Japanese I had 0 Japanese language, and I'm sure that I might have scored 0 out of whatever the total score is. So because I did not know any Japanese at that point at all. So only the written test of English is considered, and then based on the heavy weightage is given to the interview. So once you clear the interview step, then you'll be given a period of time to receive an acceptance from a university. So here you can contact various universities and receive an acceptance from at least one university. And then finally, you will be awarded the scholarship along with the university placement. So this is a general overview of the application process of the MEXT scholarship. So this, I want to emphasize here that this application process is only for graduate school and not for the undergraduate or the other fields, because it varies from field to field. And because I'm from graduate school, I can explain the process of graduate school. So in the case of list of documents in the preliminary application form, like I said, there is only an application form and field of study and research plan. Whereas in the first screening, you can, all these documents are listed on the website and they change from year to year. So I would highly recommend you to check the website regularly. And based on my experience, the timeline of the scholarship looks something like this. So in the April to May, the preliminary application form begins. So once you submit the preliminary application form, till July, the results of this application form along with interview and results of the interview will be released. So in August, we can contact the universities, showing them the preliminary acceptance that we have, that in case we receive a university acceptance, then we are eligible for the MEXT scholarship. So we can contact universities based on that and receive an acceptance letter. So in September, the submission of acceptance letters and also the placement preference form. In case you receive acceptance letters from multiple universities, you can give your preference order in this form. And then in October, the secondary screening and also the university placement results will be posted. And around December to Feb, you'll receive the final MEXT acceptance letter. And based on your term of travel, your year of enrollment, either it is in April or in September, you'll receive your travel tickets. And this timeline is, I have developed this timeline, it's based on my personal experience. So the actual timeline, like I said earlier as well, it may vary every year. So please check the website regularly. And once you clear the first step, that is the preliminary acceptance, the embassy will be in contact with you and will be in touch with you. So you'll directly receive the emails from the embassy and they'll explain you all the process very clearly. So this is the timeline and the application process. So you must be wondering, this must be like a lot of information, but for you, the next step would be is to clear the preliminary application form, because I cannot stress enough on this, because it is one of the main steps which decides you whether you will receive the scholarship or not. So the applications usually begin around April or May 2023. So wait for the embassy to release the notification. And meanwhile, you can start working on your current field of study and also the research program plan. So based on this, your selection will be done. So like I mentioned earlier as well, please check the website regularly. So this is about the general information about MEXT scholarship and receiving MEXT scholarship. Now I would like to mention from here on how MEXT scholarship has helped me in my professional and personal growth. So before going further, if you have any doubts regarding this, you can post in the Q&A portal. I'll try to answer as many as I can. If not, you can always mail the University of Tokyo India office. So coming back to to how the scholarship has helped my professional and personal growth, receiving the MEXT scholarship gave me the opportunity to study under the very eminent and prominent professors and work on a cutting-edge research here in the university. So it has opened many doors, not only in terms of learnings, but also in terms of networking and other career opportunities. And I would also like to say that the coursework here is very good, and there are some practical project-based or learning courses where I had an opportunity to directly work with some companies like Boeing and Systems JD. And I also had the opportunity to participate in an international workshop in India. And I think everyone who is in a graduate school knows how important it is to present their research in conferences and to attend the conferences. So I'm so blessed to say that I had an opportunity to present in 3 conferences, and through the University of Tokyo and through the coursework and the curriculum, we could also participate in various international competitions. So when looking back in my master's program, if I have to provide a highlight of one activity, I would say about a project which I have worked on the remotest island of Japan, which is the Tsushima Island, where we verified the basic energy plan created by the Japanese government, whether it is feasible on the island or not. So in terms of professional development, the scholarship and enrolling in the University of Tokyo has completely opened new horizons for me. So not only professional development, I would say another important aspect of studying abroad is having a different cultural experience. So in my case, I'm blessed to have this opportunity of experiencing Japanese culture, which some of them includes the ikebana, which is a Japanese flower arrangement. I was so fascinated by the art of ikebana, and I learned the importance of the balance and harmony and simplicity in Japanese aesthetics. And also I had the chance to attend and participate in Japanese festivals. One of my favorite memories is attending the Tanabata festival, both in Tokyo and also which is widely known in Sendai. So even Japanese food is coming from India, we have a taste towards a spicy food. But even when we compare that with the Japanese food, it has completely vivid style and the vivid taste. And the okonomiyaki is my favorite Japanese food. And being in Japan and receiving the scholarship and through the university, I also had the chance to go to Hiroshima and explore the Hiroshima culture. And one of my favorite memories is also in the trip to Miyajima Island, which is considered as one of the top 3 islands in Japan. So besides this, I was also able to make many friends from various countries and continents, where we often share our culture, like differences in culture and customs. So one of my friends from China has taught me the significance of Chinese New Year, and we celebrated it together by exchanging envelopes. And I taught some of my friends, I introduced Indian festivals like Diwali to some of my international friends. And another unique aspect of studying in Japan is the opportunity to learn Japanese language, because the university provides many Japanese language learning opportunities. There's a special school for Japanese learning where you can enroll in the courses and learn the language. Like for example, if you're coming here for a master's program, a student who stays in the university for about 2 years, when he or she consistently follows the curriculum of Japanese language, it would he can graduate with entry level Japanese language. So not only the Japanese culture, I was also able to experience Korean culture when I with this Korean traditional dress, which is hanbok. So with these, because of this scholarship and living in Japan, I would say I have got this like diverse cultural experience. And in terms of personal growth, living and studying in Japan has allowed me to learn more about the culture, language, and people of Japan. It also gave me the opportunity to grow personally and gain new perspectives on the world. For example, volunteering in one of the marathons here and celebrating Women's History Month has helped me in developing new perspectives. And when it comes to living alone in a foreign country, we even though we have no experience of living alone, because in India, our parents take care of us. So here we have to take care of everything by ourselves, like starting from cooking, cleaning, and managing finances. So it installed this sense of independence and self-responsibility in me. So overcoming language barriers and cultural shocks helped me become more adaptable and resilient in new situations. So this is about my life in Japan. So finally mentioning about this, I would say that there are many opportunities which Japan creates for us, and receiving the MEXT scholarship was, I would say, it is one of the life-changing experiences I had. So it provided the financial support, which helped me in my studies, and it allowed me to immerse in Japanese culture and language, and it opened doors to my future career. So one advice I would give for everyone who is interested in this scholarship or who is planning to apply is, like, definitely do consider applying for this scholarship. I highly encourage you to do so. So it's an incredible opportunity that can change one's life in many ways. So this is what I have to present about my experience of studying in Japan and receiving the scholarship. So thank you for your patience. And if you have any questions for me before we go, you can post them in the Q&A portal, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thank you.
Yes, thanks so much, Vaishnavi-san. Yeah, it is very, very informative and very good information I have. So thank you so much again. And next, so we have the special guest of Yonehara-san. So please go ahead and give us excellent explanation for MEXT scholarship. So please, Yonehara-san, go ahead.
Thank you, Sasaki-san. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Yonehara of the Embassy of Japan in India. It's a pleasure to meet you. So I'm in charge of people-to-people exchange, including MEXT scholarship and Japanese language education. Yes. So first of all, I would like to I am so appreciate University of Tokyo India office for holding this webinar, and Ms. Thakur, thank you for giving us the informative presentation about MEXT scholarship. Yeah, so today I'll explain about the MEXT scholarship recruitment from this April. Yeah, but so already Ms. Thakur mentioned about that. Yes, but so I will give some advice. Mainly, I will give some advice and detailed process. So we'll start the recruitment, the MEXT scholarship of research student, that is graduate level, and College of undergraduate, College of Technology, and Specialist Training College program. These are undergraduate level program. Yeah, so I'll explain about that. But so before that, wait a minute, I will share my screen. Okay. Yeah. So before explanation of MEXT scholarship, I would like to mention about the relationship between two countries. Yeah. So as you know, Japan and India have maintained extremely good relations. Japan and India are making various efforts in cooperation in many fields. one particularly well-known pieces of infrastructure is the metro in Delhi or Chennai or others, which were built with Japanese assistance. In addition to a high-speed railway line is currently under construction between Mumbai to Ahmedabad, between Mumbai and Ahmedabad, as you may know. Yes, so not only infrastructure, but also human resource or human exchange. Okay, so as you may know, both countries' prime ministers meeting was held in March, and they agreed to increase the number of Indian students studying in Japan. Yeah. So Mr. Sasaki said people-to-people exchange, including in particular international students from India, is so less now. But both prime ministers mentioned the number of Indian students studying in Japan try to increase. Okay, and the Japanese government decide their plan to increase the international student from until 400,000 international students in 10 years. So we need to increase, Japanese government try to increase more 100,000 international students from now. Okay, so from this year or next year, both government give some support or provide some plan and to support Indian to study in Japan for Indian students, I guess, including MEXT scholarship. Okay, so but this year, so we're good to usual same as usual years, I think. Okay, from next year, we Japanese government provide a special support something. Yeah. So, okay, so from now I'll explain about the MEXT scholarship more detail. Yes. So MEXT scholarship is one of the scholarship for studying in Japan, which is suppressed by Japanese government. The MEXT means so Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology in Japan. So we call it MEXT. Yeah, and to be honest, I'm originally from MEXT. Okay, but I'm working in the embassy now. Okay. And the scholarship is very substantial. So Mr. Kerr already mentioned. Okay. Yeah, so very beneficial scholarship, and so provides for many foreign students study in Japan until now. Okay. But the objective of MEXT scholarship program to promote mutual understanding with foreign countries and to form human networks and to strengthen the educational and research abilities of Japanese universities, and to make international intellectual contributions. Okay. So, okay. So since the MEXT scholarship is a special Japanese governmental scholarship, it offers various advantages and procedures for obtaining a visa process or something. Different from those for private financed students. Even though travel to Japan was restricted due to the pandemic in a few years, so MEXT students were able to travel to Japan. So Japanese government places such importance on MEXT students as promoting friendship with other countries. Okay, so there are 7 programs of MEXT scholarship, but in India, but the 3 are programs. The 3 are programs that require recommendation from relevant organizations. So today I will introduce you to 4 programs from started from April, recruitment April. So research program is for those who want to do research in Japan and in master's or PhD course, doctoral course. This program has about 30 seats from India. Last year, we recommended to move on MEXT 34 candidates. And the other three programs, undergraduate, College of Technology, NCT, is Specialized Training College, STC, or undergraduate level. And the embassy recommend 12 candidates from each program from India. And okay, so last year we got over 1,800 applicants for the research program, and over 500 for the undergraduate program. And they are very competitive. But so the College of Technology CT and STC program where the competition is relatively low. Okay. So next, I will explain more detail of each program. So first, I will explain about the research students. Yes. So this program is for research and studying in master course and degree PhD course. Yes. Yeah. So from this year, until last year, non-degree courses were offered, and those who are not pursuing degree, master degree and PhD degree, but conducting research are also recruited. But from this year, only those who are pursuing a degree will be accepted. So please keep in mind that this is changing from last year. Okay. So there is no research student program. No, sorry, different. Yeah, until now we adopted only research student, not try to get the degree program, but yeah, from this year, all applicants need to pursue to get degree in Japan through this program. Okay. And so about research program, there are two types of screening. One is the embassy recommendation. The other is a university recommendation. So the process of university recommendation is different depending on the university. So today I'll explain about the embassy recommendation. Okay. And concrete screening process. So we'll start the recruitment from around 27th April, yeah, in next week. Okay. And the deadline is 15th May. So document screening end of May, and written exam 24th June in Delhi. So we think the venue is in JNU, Japan University, I think. Yeah. So I'm so sorry, but so please please come. So candidate through passing the document screening need to come JNU. Okay. And the interview end of June or early July. And notification of result of first screening end of July. And then they need to so passing candidates need to get their professional acceptance. So so they applied until end of August. And so notification of final screening, so January or February 8. And travel Japan, April or September or October. Okay. And I will give some advice to pass the document screening. So, okay. First, academic record should be over 70% as a general rule. Please note it. And so it is important to make a good research plan. Okay. So as I said, last year we got over around 1,800 applicants, and yeah, and so I think this year, same as this year also very competitive. Okay. And so we will pass the 120 candidate through document screening. Yeah, so document screening is very high hurdle. Okay. Yeah, so so in document screening, it will be evaluated by experts and professors in each field. So usually about and so yeah. And do you know what kind of research plan is good? The research plan should have a precisely structured research question, hypothesis, and the research methods, and it should be well informed by previous research. Okay. So in short, it is a framework of master thesis or the doctoral dissertation, which you will write in the future in Japan. Okay. Additionally, the research plan, the research must be high quality and fulfill the originality, feasibility, and relevance of research and studies, and the significance of conducting research in Japan, and the possibility of contributing to the society, Indian society or Japanese society. Yeah. Forward. If your research plan is a study plan, just study. I want to study something in this month, something. Or if what you want to research is too abstract, your evaluation will be low, I think. Okay. Yeah. So you should concrete, specific, excellent research plan. You need to make it. Okay. So when you apply this program, I recommend you ask your current supervisor or someone, so academic person, to check your research plan. Okay. And applicants need to find an adequate supervisor and university for your research plan. If applicants can't do it, they can find the acceptance from university, and then lose the opportunity finally, I think. So do you know what adequate means? The key factor is whether or not the professor can supervise your research plan. If the professor cannot guide you, so he or she and the professor will not accept you. Therefore, you need to find a professor who is working in similar fields to your research plan as your advice, as your supervisor. Okay, I introduced some website to support it. Okay. So first is CINI, CINII, yes, and the next research map. Okay. So CINII, we call CINI. This site is provided the Japanese paper and thesis and article in Japan in academic field. Okay, I will show the website. Yeah, can you see this is so Chinese website. So if you feel something, so your research plan or research fields and such, so you can find the Japanese paper, and so you need to check the writer of the thesis or article or paper, and so that is candidate of your supervisor, I think. Okay. And research map. This is research map website. So you can check the you can know the professors in Japan through this website. For example, okay, I checked the Sasaki, Mr. Sasaki. So there are many Sasaki category. Yeah, so I like that you can find the researcher professor directory. Okay. Wait, return to my yes. Okay. Oh. And so if you find a candidate of your supervisor, so you check the website, university website, and so the professor's website, lab website too. And then so you need to check the Japanese in the course of Japanese universities. So belong to which belong to your supervisor. So your supervisor belong. Okay, so I show the three ways. First is search for school, and the Japanese study support, Japanese college and university portrait. So today I will mention about the search for school in particular. This is Excel file. So and posted on Just So's website, that name Study in Japan. This website is so important for you, very informative to study in Japan. And so, I will show this website. Okay, this is a website of study in Japan, top site, top page. And yeah, so there are many information for studying in Japan, and so please check the planning and studying in Japan, and such school, graduate university and junior college, check. And then you can download one Excel file, and this one, school information data, search for school information data, this Excel file. This is wait a minute, this one. Can you see? Yeah, so this list is provide all courses for international students. So all courses which accept international students. Okay, so you can check this way. And this website. So you want you can check the course and university you want to enroll. So in particular, yes, media instruction or something. Yeah, and so I think you need to choose. I think almost candidates cannot speak in Japanese. Yeah, so you need to check the course is English or Japanese or not. Okay. Yes, and you can sort depend on the sorry here you can. Okay. Yes, you can sort your yeah based on your major or so PhD or master or something. Okay. Yes, please know this Excel file. And I will return to my. And also, and as a website, you can check the university's directory. Okay. So next, and about writing exam for research. Subject is subjects are Japanese and English. Japanese is 100 minutes and English is 1 hour. previous year question papers posted on the website of Study in Japan and the university, the embassy website. So please check it. And Mr. Thakur told Japanese or English is, if you get the Japanese the score, high score of Japanese or English, it's okay. So both of good, the most best. But so if you can get a good score of English, so we can adapt the candidate if the candidate don't to get a good score of Japanese. Okay. And so next interview. In the interview, we try to confirm the following: motivation, clear plan, the future plan or something. Yeah, so based usual interview. But so from last year, each field's professor joined the interview, and the professor asked some basic knowledge of the fields, your fields, sometimes ask many things about the research plan, feasibility or value or something. Okay. Yeah, so interview is so tough, maybe from last year. Okay, please know it. And after first screening, if you can pass the first screening, you can contact universities supervisors you want to enroll and have you want to enroll, and try to get a professional acceptance from universities. Okay, and the candidates can only contact only 2 universities at the time. And if you cannot get acceptance from the university, so you can approach again another university until the deadline. Okay. And as I said, final result is offered in January or February. Okay. Sometimes March. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that is all for about research students. Next, I will explain about the undergraduate level. Okay. And the screening process will start the recruitment from 27th April. Okay. And the deadline is 29th. And application screening, document screening early June, and we will inform the notification of shortlisted candidates middle of June. And the writing examination is on 8th July for UG and the 9th July for CT and STC. And that is also in JNU. The venue is JNU. Okay. And interview is middle of J. And final notification final screening is December, end of December, I think. And the embassy recommended within around 20 candidates of each program. Okay. And final successful candidates are chosen from the one with the best score in the candidate of all countries, not only India, but also other countries too, based on the writing test, interview, and academic record, etc. But so the writing scores is the most important. Okay, and especially the weight of score of Japanese language is very large in this course, because these courses students study in Japan, basically by Japanese. Okay, so Japanese proficiency is important if you want to apply this program. Okay. And sorry, I forgot to mention. Yeah. So yeah, about undergraduate. Yes. Also, as you may know, there's a five diplomatic missions in India, the embassy and 4 consulate in Mumbai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, and Chennai. Yes, so about research student, the embassy only conduct recruitment. But undergraduate CT and STC, 5 diplomatic missions conduct recruiting. Okay, so it's a little complicated, but so undergraduate. About undergraduate, 5 diplomatic missions conduct recruiting, and CT and STC. About CT and STC, the embassy and Kolkata consulate and the Mumbai consulate conduct. Sorry. Yes, Kolkata consulate and by consultant in the embassy conduct recruiting. Yes, so not mistake to apply in the diplomatic missions. Okay, and undergraduate about undergraduates. Undergraduate students study regular MEXT scholarship. Study regular undergraduate course in university, and basically 4 years. And but so there is a preparatory education, so for 1 year. Okay, so in total, basically undergraduate student study in Japan in 5 years, for 5 years. Okay. And student who have completed the preparatory education will go on to the university. So designated by MEXT. But so MEXT will ask the students who want to which university you want to enroll, and then based on their based on the information, MEXT decides in the enrolling universities. Okay. And in undergraduate program, there is a direct placement. So that means, so if the applicants who have a high Japanese proficiency can skip the preparatory education. Okay. So, but so if you want to apply the direct placement, I think the candidate need to have a N2 level of JLPT, at least N3. N3, I don't know the candidate who can pass or not. But so if you can get the N2 level JLPT, I think so you can pass the direct placement. So if you want to direct placement to apply direct placement, so okay, so you mentioned in your application, and after passing first screening, the candidate chose the course and invested in the list of next offer. Okay. And about the field of undergraduate program, so social science and natural science, and there's a fields social science and natural science, and each field there is a many course and measures. Okay. But so sorry. Okay, I need to mention about the medical and dentist license course in Japan. So MEXT scholarship, in the guideline, a MEXT scholarship can recruit natural science C. Natural science C is for medical and dentist license course in Japan. But so for the recruitment, so Japanese medical and dental license is eligible in India. That is required, but so it is not. Japanese medical license is not eligible in India. Yeah, so in that case, we cannot recruit the natural science medical license course and dentist course. So yeah, please understand about it. So we recruit these course only: social science and natural science, and natural science A and B only. Okay. And about the exam, okay, so about social science and humanities A and B, subjects are Japanese, English, and mathematics. And natural science A is Japanese, English, math, and chemistry and physics. And B is Japanese, English, mathematics, and chemistry and biology. Okay, testing time is Japanese is 100 minutes, and other subjects are 1 hour, 60 minutes. Okay. And the interview, we will conduct interview by online, and about 50 minutes for one candidate. Okay. So next, I would like to explain about the College of Technology program. So also called Kosen in Japan. I think many participants don't know about the Kosen. This is a special school in Japan. I think this is similar to Polytech College, but the detail is a little different. And Kosen offer a comprehensive 5-year program for junior high school graduate, and offer education programs to develop hands-on engineers with world-class expertise and ability to handle the latest technology. There is a focus on lab work, practical work, and hands-on exercise, and as well as acquisition of advanced technical knowledge. Through most departments in Kosen are related to the engineering field. Okay. And you need to know students in Kosen can get a bachelor. Okay. And there are 51 National College of Technology in Japan, and there's 55 campus. Okay. And MEXT scholarship student of College of Technology started from the 3rd year of Kosen's program. Okay, skipping the 1st and 2nd years. Of course, there is a 1-year preparatory education. Okay, so in total, College of Technology COT programs of MEXT scholarship is for 4 years. And so there's no direct placement program. Okay. All classes in COT will be given in the Japanese language. Okay. So and fields, as I said, there are many engineering fields. Okay. And about writing exam. So basically, Japanese, English, and math, and science, physics or chemistry, or physics or chemistry. Okay. And next, I will explain about specialized training college. Okay. STC. STC offer post-secondary courses are called professional training colleges. So we call it Senmon Gakko. Gakko means school, Senmon major school. Senmon Gakko we call it. And one of the institution types classified a higher education institution. These colleges provide the know-how, technology, and skills useful in one future job and life, as well as an improved education. Okay. So there are 8 fields and many majors and subjects in STC. There are subjects in variety of fields. And this is what makes special training school unique. So in addition to technology, personal care and nutrition, business, or there is a course, animation, manga, film, and video, etc. Okay, so if you want to study, as you know, Japan is famous for anime or manga. So if you want to study about animation or manga, and you want to be an animator or a manga writer in the future. So let's try. So recent year, we got many applicants who want to study animation or manga in Japan through this program. Okay. But that field is very competitive. Okay. So the STC program is, as I said, same as so there is a preparatory education for 1 year, same as UG and STC CT. And after preparatory education, STC course provide 2 years education in STC. Okay. And sorry, I don't tell you about the degree. So about STC, STC cannot issue the degree, bachelor degree. STC, if you complete, if candidate completes STC, so they can get a diploma. Okay. And with writing exam, Japanese and English and mathematics. Okay. And interview 15 minutes, and same as UG and STC, UG and CT. Okay. Yeah. As I said, undergraduate level program of MEXT scholarship. So UG is so very competitive, but so CT and STC, it's not competitive compared to UG. Yes, so if you want to study in Japan, not easily, easily. So I recommend you to apply these 2 programs. Okay, so I'll explain about the process and give of the MEXT scholarship and give some advice to apply these programs. Yes. So for more information, we'll post the embassy's website in next week. And as I said, we will start the recruitment in next week. So please check the website, our website. Okay. And we hope many excellent Indian students apply to these programs. Yeah, we wait. We are looking forward to receiving many applicants from you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Yonehara-san. Yeah, it is very, very informative presentation, and it will take many, many hours for me to consume these contents. Anyway, thank you so much, Yonehara-san. And please look at the chat box. Vaishnavi-san put information for MEXT scholarship, such as the website link of the embassy and the other links. So many links. So please check the chat box. Okay. And now I'm back, and I will show you some useful tools, useful information for the last part of this session. Now I will share the screen. Yes, this is. Yes, the part 4 on the last session, this last part of this session. Yeah, I will show you the introducing. I will introducing useful sites and application softs about private scholarship and some language program, Japanese language program. So just go ahead and. Yes, actually, other than the MEXT scholarship, the Japanese institute offered many various scholarship programs, such as the Monbu Kagakusho Honors Scholarship for privately financed international students. There, you can apply at university in which the student is enrolled, in which you are enrolled. Yeah. And other than that, study exchange support program, international student and the inter-university exchange agreement. In this scheme, you can apply to the current school of home country. It means India. Your university, your college. If your college or university have that kind of inter-university exchange program, in that case, you can apply to the scholarship also, or to your university or college, etc. Okay, and other than that, local government and private organization scholarship. Yeah, there is various. There is, so many scholarship programs the Japanese institute offered. And where to apply? This is, when you go to when you pass the screening and go to the university, in that university, university has the kind of facilitation center and for foreign student. Maybe school counselors are there in that facilitation center, and they let you know the information, many information concerning the scholarship and part-time job and so on. Okay, so in that school counselor center, facilitation center, you can apply for the that kind of private scholarships. But how you can find out that kind of scholarships? For that purpose, I want to show you the one very useful internet site. That is the, now you see on screen, Japan study support. This is a, kind of facilitation center, support center for foreign student studying in Japan, and the name is Japan Study Support, and the abbreviation is JPSS. This abbreviation is famous for the students. And you can, go to the JPSS site. Later, I will show you the link. No, not later. Now I will show you the link. This is the site, JPSS, Japan Student Support Site. And the link is https://www.jpss.jp/en/my/my/. The last two part is, or en means English and my means my page. So maybe you can, no need for this last two part, only for www.jpss.jp/. It's sufficient. And so if you go to this website, you can first meet this page. Yeah, this is a top page of Japan Study Support. And if that is for the first time you visit, maybe you this site recommend you to register that site, and that registration is free of charge, so no need for worry about the charge. You can just register and make your page. I mean, or my page. My page, in that site they say my page, and that means you can make your page on that site. And my page is like that. Okay, if you register this site and enter into your page, the screen shows, the page shows this kind of your CV page. Okay, a name and photo and some status, some information for you, of you, and that is my page, and when you register this site, you can also make this kind of page, and the down bottom of this page you can find some links to the search for scholarship, Japan scholarship. Okay, okay, on this site, and scroll down, and on the bottom of the page you can find the link to the finding scholarship page. Okay, this is a finding scholarship page. There is some box, and if you enter the keyword for each box and place click this red button, so you can you can get the list of the scholarship you want you to apply. This is looks like that. Okay, the left of the page you can see the long list of scholarship. This is scholarship. There are so many options of scholarship listed up, and not only for this page, you know, very small part, but you can see this is the pages now. So 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. So this much option are 4 times multiplied. So it makes so many options you get the for the scholarship, and each information is this like this, you know, in this, you know, enlarged picture. You can see the each information like that. For example, the top one is scholarship name, IHNO scholarship. IHNO means International Human Resource Network Organization Foundation. This is one of the institute organization providing scholarship. And who provides a scholarship? That is International Human Resource Network Organization Foundation. Applicable scholarship year. This is for 2022 to 2023. Application method: apply directly to the foundation, maybe by mail or by on the phone. Place of residence at the time of application. That is, you know, who can apply regarding that place. Yeah, that is if you live in Japan, it means after you go to Japan, you can apply this kind of this scholarship. And academic level, Japanese language school, special training school, Japanese language program of university, college and graduate, master's program, doctoral program, research student, auditor, others. So this kind of student can apply this scholarship. And stipend is 30,000 yen, 4 months. 30,000 yen means maybe 15,000 Indian rupee. And number of recipients, this is not decided yet. So many, you know, we cannot tell how many people can get this scholarship, but maybe this type of scholarship only, you know, 2-3 persons can get this kind of scholarship. And there are so many scholarship options, this kind. So that is list. So for getting this list, you can register the JPSS and make your page and search in that site. So that is very, you know, useful site for searching, finding out the scholarship options. So I highly recommend it to register this site. Okay. And one thing I have to talk to you, this JPSS is, you know, not non-profitable organization. It means, you know, some kind of commercial agent. So it means, you know, this site does not cover all the universities and all the scholarship options. You know, only the members of this organization can show the information. So if you cannot find the information in this site, it is not mean there are no other options outside the site. So, but this site is very useful. So first you try to find out this site, and if you cannot find good scholarship, you can find another options outside this site. Namely, the last time, Yonehara-san introduced the JPSS, not JPSS, JASO site. In that site, JASO site also give you information for scholarship. So you can try after you tried this JPSS site. Okay. Next. And next topic is about the language, Japanese language. Many Indian people, Indian student, Indian candidate for studying in Japan said, there are kind of language barrier, so that they cannot decide to go Japan for studying. But my opinion is that in Japan, almost all universities that accept international students offer Japanese learning courses free of charge for foreign students studying in Japan. So the best strategy to learn the Japanese language is to go to Japan first, and after that you can find out the school. You can apply for the course which is offered in your university. Then you study Japanese language. I think that is the best scheme for learning Japanese language. I don't think it is good to study Japanese in India first. That is not good. Yeah, you had better, or you should go Japan first, and in Japan you can learn Japanese. And this kind of Japanese course, which is offered in universities, not required previous Japanese learning. Vaishnavi-san also said she was not no previous learning about Japanese language at that time. She came to Japan, and that is no problem. Japanese course offered in universities require no previous Japanese learning or joining their classes. So don't worry about it. But however, they strongly recommend to learn just reading and writing of hiragana and katakana. Do you know hiragana and katakana? Hiragana is the basic writing character in Japan, and katakana also the basic writing character. And hiragana and katakana is different, but something they have common. So, and they represent the sound of Japanese language. So if you know this hiragana or katakana, you can write down the Japanese sound, and you can practice with that characters. So this is, very, very, important for smooth further learning. So they, the university Japanese language course recommend you to learn just reading and writing of hiragana and the katakana skill for smooth further learning. Okay, and left side there is a photo. I mean, the explanation of the Japan language class. This photo is derived from the University of Tokyo or International Language Office, ILO. So in the University of Tokyo, they offer this kind of Japanese learning course. ILO offers various levels of Japanese language classes to students, researchers, and their spouses. Yeah, not only for students themselves, but also their spouses can take that course. So if you are already married, please go to Japan together and learn Japanese together in the Japanese universities for free of charge. That is a very good option. And ILO, or this International Language Office, International Liaison Office. So I'm sorry, this is International Liaison Office. Provide not only for language course, but also this Japanese cultural some activities you can join. So that is very good for you to familiarize Japanese culture and languages. And this is main resolution for studying Japan, I think. But I will also introduce you the small useful tool that is provided by this company, Wow Space Corporation. This is the Japanese company which provide language learning application soft. Also, they are kind of agent who introduce foreign students to Japanese companies. They bridge foreign students to Japanese companies. So if you use this company's application soft, you can also share the your information to the Japanese company, and Japanese company will offer you some small job. So it is very useful not only for language learning, but also getting a job in Japan. And this site is also, I will introduce now. It is a internet link of this Wow Space Corporation. This one, https://wow-space.jp/ that is the link for the main page of this Wow Space Corporation. Okay. And when you go to this site, this is the top page of Wild Space Corporation, and scroll down. There is this information, and you can see this WOW Academy. This is free language learning apps. You can install and use on Android smartphone and iPhone. So if you click this detail button, then you will see this applications explanation site. Okay, so now I introduce you this smartphone Japanese learning application soft, and which is free language lectures by professional teachers and original short video shadowing menus. So the target of the learner is studying for N5 to N2 level student. So when you register and download this application soft, you can study Japanese language with plenty of video and plenty of shadowing practice and some useful data list ups. So this is very useful studying tool for you. Yeah, and this I will recommend you this soft. Okay. So unfortunately, this is not, this is not the application soft for studying hiragana and katakana. I mean, it is indispensable for you to study Japanese. I point out here, hiragana and katakana. But this software cannot, use for that purpose. So you have to learn hiragana and katakana for yourself, by yourself. But there are so many sources. There are so many tools on internet. So you can get free of charge and very easily. So please get that kind of training materials to study hiragana and kanji. And after that, you can use this application soft produced by WOW Space Corporation. Yeah. And yes, they gave, very recently, they gave, the very good updates to this application soft. You can learn Japanese with Hindi or Tamil or that kind of local languages you can use for studying Japanese on this smartphone application. So you don't need to study English for studying Japanese. You can directly, study Japanese with your local language, your mother tongue, So that is also very useful for someone not, you know, not good at using English like me. Yeah? Okay, so as a fourth part, the last part, I introduce you the two internet site, which is one of which is this JPSS site, and this site is for searching private scholarship schemes other than MEXT scholarship. So there are so many various options for scholarship, and you can find out many of them in this site. So this is, recommendation from me. And the other one, this is, Japanese language learning software named Wow Academy, and you can learn Japanese language easily with this software. So I will also recommend you to use this. Both of them are free of charge. So you can just try to use this. And if you don't like, you can throw away. So please just try these two sites. This is my recommendation. Okay, so that is all from me. That's all what I have for today's session, today's webinar. So yes, thank you very much for your attention, for your patience, and you are most welcome to study in Japan. So that's all for today's presentation. Thank you so much. Yes. Sorry. I want to introduce the regular season webinar. Okay. So okay. Yes. From May, we start the regular season webinar. And I would like to introduce our webinar series hosted by our office. Starting from May, we will hold webinars about studying in Japan every second and fourth Saturday. Okay, every second and fourth Saturday, we provide a webinar, special webinar for studying Japan. And the start timing is the same as today, that is 3 p.m. Okay. In these webinars, we will provide general information about the benefits of studying in Japan, scholarships, and other useful facts. Not only the University of Tokyo, but also other Japanese universities that welcome international students from India will participate and introduce themselves. For those who compare studying abroad in Japan and other countries, this will be a very beneficial information source. So please consider joining us. Okay, and we are now going to provide another special session for webinar. That is, special session for introducing the University of Tokyo, which will hold on 29th. I mean, the next week, the same timing, 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock. Okay, so we will provide, you the all of fascinating attracts of University of Tokyo. So please join and share the attracts of University of Tokyo. So that is will provide on 29th next week, the same time, 3 o'clock. Okay, so I will wait for you joining the regular season webinar and next week's special session. So thank you so much for your attention and patience. So that's all for today. So thank you so much. Bye.